on the podcast this week, the one and only Lu.Re.
I think the shaking hands is a thing. It's like sometimes you just need to shake hands with people. I'm like, maybe it'd be nice if you could just switch off and that didn't affect you and you could just carry on doing everything, but I'm not really like that.
But there's a level of emotional connection with that record that we like, because otherwise we wouldn't have sent it to somebody if we didn't like it.
Hope the day jobbers aren't listening, but I think they probably know. I'd love to quit and do this full time.
Yeah. Before we start, I would like to talk about Songstats. Songstats is an app that I have used for probably the last 7 years. It is an app that I use to track everything I want to know about my current releases, whether that's what playlist my tracks have been played on Spotify, whether that's what radio shows my records have been played on, whether that's how many times I want to check that people are Shazamming my records. It's the one-stop app to track anything to do with music, and I absolutely love it. So I've decided to team up with them. We are giving you the craziest deal, 10% off life on any subscription, which is an absolute bargain. Use the code word Clarke or follow the link in the description. Now, time for the episode. And we are live. How are you?
Hey, I'm good.
Good.
I feel like, did you say that you're an early bird?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I was waking up for this, I was like, gosh, this is quite early. It's quite an early start. We're recording this at 9, so it's like, yeah.
Sorry. We're like, well, a bit of context. We recorded one last week. Was it last week?
Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah, and it went to shit because of the internet. But we're good. Yeah. So I'm off on tour tomorrow, and I'm just like, don't have any other time to record it. So I was like, fuck, 9 a.m. is the only time I can do it. I wanted to get you on.
No, I love that. Like, to be honest, when you said 9 a.m., I was like, it's early, but I can do it. To be fair, it's actually,
with, right?
It's not even that early, is it?
It's
I think
really
it's
not.
Yeah, it's literally just because like, I'm a night owl anyway.
It's because we work in the fucking music industry and everyone's a bunch of lazy cunts.
No, the thing is though, like your schedule does like go back a bit. I find like I had a couple of shows at the weekend, and it doesn't have a knock on it, and I'm already like, I'd already be like going to bed at like midnight or 1, and so it already fit like it's just like rolling over to being later.
I have this thing there where I kind of always have to get up at a certain time. Before I have to be up by 7 generally. And don't get me wrong, like sometimes I lie and stuff, but like I just during the weeks I'm very regimental, and I don't know why. I'm just weird with that. Like I have to like wake up, go to the gym, and then crack on with work. But most people like,
every day.
Yeah, but most people like start sessions, like studio sessions, are like it's like 12 o'clock. I'm like, guys,
I
just
love
gonna
that.
I hate that.
The thing is, though, with those studio sessions, it's like I'm down to stay, I don't know, until like 8, 9, or like whenever. I'm
Really?
I'm open to stay until whenever we're happy. Then some people are like, oh yeah, I've got to leave at 4:30. Yeah, I've had that before, and it's like we literally started at 12:30, and you want to finish at 4.
Yeah,
not all as hardworking as us, Will.
There's somebody that I won't mention that is actually a mate, and she's freaking amazing singer, but she has kids, so it's a bit different. But she will literally start at 12 and finish at 4, and just bosh it out. She's great, so she gets the job done. But I do think it's like sometimes I don't know. I think like sometimes like put in parameters where you're like a bit of pressure gets results.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I guess like maybe I've probably got one of those brains that would keep working on something for a long time. So if you give me a long time, I'll probably use every bit of that time, and I'll deliver it like 2 minutes before I need to.
Really?
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
I don't know. I think, to be honest, I guess like I've probably always been a bit of a like perfectionist.
Yeah.
And Yeah, I don't know. I guess like I wouldn't. I'm a Virgo. I don't know if that means much to
What
you.
does that fucking mean?
I'm not even like that into all that stuff, but like I feel like when you say that you're a Virgo to people, they're like, sometimes they're like, oh, I get it. Like just like very like oh, it's funny, like very organized, like
Yeah.
perfectionist vibe. Um so I guess maybe it's a bit of that. Maybe it's a bit of the
The
moons.
Virgo.
Yeah,
I'm Gemini.
there's the
What does that
Virgo in
mean?
me. I can't tell you. That's what I mean. I'm not like really into it. I mean, I love it all, but like I'm not the one who like knows all the stuff.
Is that just what somebody's told you?
No, this is like, I mean, if you literally Googled it, you'd like get what
Oh,
I just
really?
said.
Have you ever had your
Yeah.
palms read?
No, but I
Okay,
do
cool.
have tarot
We
cards.
Oh no.
And
I was gonna say
no,
we can still be friends, and then you said tarot
I
cards.
could do a tarot for you if you want at the end, once to as a reward for us getting
As
through
a
it.
reward.
The thing is, it's just
Oh,
like I actually just see like tarot as a way to chat to somebody about something. It's like a prompt to
icebreaker.
talk about things. Yeah. Or like it
What?
can be like a bit like a therapy session in a way. I think it's really nice if someone's like, "Oh yeah, I'll do tarot with you," because they want to just like open up about something potentially.
It's just I just can't. I respect it fully. Do you? But I'm just like, mate. There's some people listening to this going, no, Will, let me read your cards.
I hope so. Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily magic. Like, but
I can
that would
probably
be nice.
guarantee it's
But
definitely not magic.
I mean, you can't guarantee that, though, can you?
I can't, but I'm 99% sure.
Oh,
I'm such a Scrooge when it comes to things like that.
when it comes to fun, no joking.
Yeah, to be fair, literally facts.
Oh, my light's just gone off. Can you tell? No, you can't
I
really tell
can't.
anyway.
The way this thing streams, it actually streams at a really low rate, so you're kind of a little blurry,
Okay.
for some reason, but it's all good. It's better than last time.
Yeah, it's actually I got a new laptop last summer, so it shouldn't be blurry. But there we
No,
go.
it's the way this website streams. So it's like uploading on your end and my end, but it streams like at a lower bit rate.
Got you.
So you work in podcasts, what, like outside of music, like is it all in person?
Mm, a lot of the time,
Yeah,
but yeah, I feel like I don't talk about my day job that much
I know.
to music people. Uh, when you said it, I was like,
Oh, it's like,
well,
fuck.
5 minutes in, like, I'm a musician. Come on.
Yeah, but how do you like? I think it's really interesting. We kind of like on the podcast that cancelled, like we kind of got into it a little bit, and
Sounds
I
like
really
I got cancelled, but
haven't we all one day? We're one tweet away from being cancelled, all of us. Trust me. I love that you still have a day job, and it may sound weird, but I think there's a level of like you're really doing music to a level of where I think most people would stop the day job, because things are moving forward, and I love that you are carrying on with that. How do you balance it?
I feel like I'm always thinking about a lot of stuff. I guess
Yeah.
I've got to the point where I know, like, I work in the evenings, I work at weekends, like I will work I like do music stuff during lunch breaks. I'm in the office once a week.
Mm.
Um uh and like, I mean, yesterday I was in the office. That's my like one day a week. I try and get like as much done as I can.
Yeah.
But then I had to have like a meeting with my label. So I had a really late lunch so I could chat to my label. It's just a lot of balancing. I guess just like getting used to balancing. And like, don't get me wrong, I hope the day jobbers aren't listening, but I think they probably know. I'd love to quit and do this full time.
Yeah.
That's the aim.
Mm.
But you know, realistically, I'm just like not making enough money, basically.
No, but I think it's real as well. Obviously, you live in London, so there's a level of where expense is very high generally. But I also think, like, I've always said this to like brand new people trying to make it, is like, just don't give up your day job, because I think there comes a point when financial stress can be such a burden on your creativity, so that you like almost have to take things to kind of subsidize your finances. But realistically, we do this for free anyway, but you still need to survive, right? Like there's like majority of my career now I still do for free. I'm just very fortunate that there's certain things that pay my bills, right? DJ shows, like releasing music, we barely make any money unless you have an absolute killer. Like every single one of my records on Spotify, I've never earned enough money to pay my bills from it, right? And this podcast I've literally just done one sponsorship deal. It's never paid my bills, if you know what I mean. I've done 5 years of this. So I think there is a level of like, I think there is a level of how can you keep going with a day job until it gets to the point where you can comfortably go, I don't need it anymore.
Yeah. Like a few people have said to me, imagine what you could do if you quit your job. Like imagine like, how much music you'll make, or imagine like it would, like, you know, imagine it might just like take off.
Yeah.
But
are they music people that say that?
Mix.
Yeah.
Like one of my A&Rs said that, and I just like, obviously I get them saying it, but also it's like, well, maybe if we just got more tunes out, then I'd be able to. Yeah. It's like, the thing is, I guess it's just like not knowing what's going to come in the next few months, and maybe like you just make it work. I guess you'd have to, but then I don't want to have to get a job. Like, I guess in my head it's like, let's say I quit tomorrow, I wouldn't want to have to get a job in 3 months time that actually maybe took more time. Like at least now I like know where I'm at, and I can like really, but like they're really flexible. If I need to take last minute leave, that's all fine. Like I know what I'm doing with my job, so it's like, yeah, it's really hard. I don't really know how you know when the time is to quit, unless you like suddenly have a hit, or I don't know.
I think for me it was just like physically, when what I earn on a monthly basis in my job at the time kind of got overtaken by what I was earning through music, and it was like consistent. And also for me it was a case of the day job at the time, I couldn't do it online or anything, like it was an in-person thing. So when my touring stopped, like when I was touring so much in America, I had to live there realistically. So it was like, okay, well, I'm just not going to be able to work here anymore. But like, realistically, if I was touring in the UK, I probably could have kept it going, because I don't know about you, but like I worked out how to split my time up pretty well, and it worked pretty well, where I would work, train, studio, and always get shit done, if you know what I mean. I kind of feel like when your time is limited, you actually become more efficient with what you have to do in that time. Do you feel that?
Yeah, I guess. I suppose if you're being like quite, if you're being like quite strict on yourself about what needs to get done in that time,
Yeah.
like I think what I'm thinking of is that sometimes like I'll have a tune that I'm working on for like a few months, and like I don't know, maybe that's just my process and it's actually fine. But part of me is like, maybe I should just like get a like rough demo of that and like call it done, send it to labels. Or maybe it's actually fine to like sit on the tune for a bit. That's kind of what I do a lot. But I think when you're writing vocals as well, I think that can take more time, and I think it does take time to mix vocals as well.
It's a
I
whole
don't know.
process, right?
Yeah, and like if you're trying to think about like what's the story and like, yeah, maybe I'm an overthinker. If you've already picked up on that.
Yeah. No, but I get it, because how is your process when it comes to, because you're in a very interesting situation where you produce, DJ, and write lyrics. So you're kind of like in this, you've got everything really at your fingertips. There's no need to have anybody else there, which is like, I don't know, is it a blessing or is it a curse? You tell me, because I can't fucking sing.
So I think in some ways a blessing. Like I think it's nice that I can just go, okay, I want to make a tune like this, and I'll make like, I don't know, 8 bars or 16 bars, probably just 8 bars, and just loop of an instrumental. Get down something melodic-y, and then I'll start writing on that usually. Like usually it's a bass line, or usually it's a bass line I write first, to be honest. And then I guess the good thing about that is that like I don't have to rely on someone sending me tunes to write vocals on. But then maybe the bad side is that doing both bits takes more time. And maybe it's good to have like lots of heads working together. I still do that. I still collaborate, but I guess it means I can just like roll out of bed and start working by myself and stay working by myself until I fall asleep.
No, totally. But the thing is when like creating when writing music, is time, because of what you said is like it takes me a long time, but like, is that an issue? Like, is there a rush?
Yeah, no, and it doesn't always take a long time.
No.
But it's like I guess I let myself potentially. I think you see this on Instagram all the time, or like wherever people go like, "Oh, I just wrote 7 tunes in 3 days," and that's great. I guess that's great for you. I mean, are you like, how quick are you at like turning around?
It's really weird, but for me, it depends. When I'm doing sessions with a singer-songwriter, like that takes time for me to finish the records, because I'm writing a song rather than a club record. But when I'm writing a club record, like my biggest streamers, Rock With Me, Hallelujah, You Take Me Higher, and even my like bigger records back, like when my career kind of turned into a career, like they were literally like 30-minute records that just got done.
Yeah.
But I think it's very different when you're working with vocals. Like,
Yeah.
no, that's so those records have vocals on, but I didn't write the songs. They're samples, or they're like a little clip of a vocal or something like that. So it's not really a song, that, if that makes sense, of to what you're doing.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. And I talk about this a lot, like how like so many club tunes have sampled vocals in. And like I'm in my mind, like at the moment, I'm like writing club tunes.
Yeah.
But they definitely would be seen as like crossover.
Yeah.
Club tunes. But but I feel like sometimes because it's not a sampled vocal, it makes other DJs less likely to play it.
Okay.
I don't know. I like because you see even like other DJs who are using like original vocals, they'll play those tunes, and maybe other DJs will play like their other tunes like a lot.
Yeah.
They'll rinse them, but their tunes that they have with original vocals on, I feel like you're just less likely to see other DJs playing those.
Yeah.
Um yeah,
Why do
so
you
it's
think that
difficult.
is?
I guess I suppose there's an obvious thing. It's like if it's a well-known tune, like if you're sampling a vocal that you play on the dance floor and everyone's immediately going to recognize it,
Yeah.
then I suppose it's like you've got a quick win. But then sometimes people are sampling vocals that aren't well known, like they're really old, they're like lots of like soulful vocals. I mean, they have
Yeah.
sick vocals,
Yeah.
but they're not necessarily well known.
Mm.
Um, and yet they do seem to get more plays than I could. Like, can you think of any like original vocal dance tunes that are being like played by a lot of DJs at the moment, like current ones?
No, because I think we're in this really strange time where people want that instant gratification. Like people want to have something like, okay, back when, I don't want to sound like one of those old dudes that's just saying it was better back in the day, because it has pros and cons, right? But before phones got involved and before VIP culture got involved, and it was actually, yeah, like before DJing became like a career for the masses, right? It was the whole point of the DJ, in my opinion, and other people might argue with me, and I'm open to talk about it, but it's to entertain the crowd and educate the crowd musically. Where, and I mean that educate by playing records that they've never heard that they're gonna love, and by being able to read the room and doing all of that. And I think that's gone out of the window, because I don't think people go to a club to be educated. I think people go to a club to obviously let loose, have fun, enjoy it, right? Of course they do. But they're going to see DJs that they love their music. So they're either going to go to see a DJ because there's a specific record they love of that artist, and they want to hear that record. And they expect to know certain records. It's like it's not necessarily a DJ show now. It's a almost like going to see your favorite rock star or pop star, and the DJ's put on such a pedestal that you have to perform to a level of, okay, the crowd need to enjoy every single record. And I think that's where the market has changed to, well, bootlegs that we've always made, that we've always had, white labels, they are now original records. It's a really easy barrier to entry as well. Do a Missy Elliott remix, get it cleared, or half the time don't even get it cleared, put it out, it blows the fuck up on TikTok, then you have your 5 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
But I don't know, do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I mean, I think I find it disheartening sometimes when I watch a set that just is edit after edit.
Yeah.
But I'd also like I get why they're doing it. and like, you know, I still respect them for getting up there and doing it. I kind of feel like I still try to do what you say it used to be like. Like, I try and play a mix of stuff I think they would like, the crowd would like, but then also, you know, throw in fun things like as much as it's needed. But yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people talk about like not wanting to play tunes for the drops, like not wanting to play a tune for like just a minute and a half. I actually don't mind quick mixing.
No, I don't mind quick mixing at all. Like, I really don't.
Yeah. Like,
I think it's a level of DJing that certain artists are just that type of person, right? Like DJ EZ, come on, one of the best DJs out there.
Yeah.
Like, he's not doing long mixes. It's like classic garage mixing. Like, it's in and out, and I love that.
Yeah.
But he's also educating at the same time.
Yeah, and I also don't mind like playing a tune for not very long. And I mean, I'm not talking about a 4-hour set either. I'm talking about like a 1 to 2 hour set. So I don't mind like playing a tune for a minute and a half, and maybe I'd get people say stuff. Maybe people would be angry at me for saying that, but I don't always. But like, if it feels like it needs it, then like, yeah, I guess it does keep the crowd entertained if you're like switching up a lot. You can kind of tell, can't you, sometimes if it's like a restless crowd or if they like are just chill.
Well, it's really interesting, isn't it? Because I think also as like DJs, we go into, I don't know about you, but I can speak for myself. I go into a room kind of expecting to know what they're going to want, but also like a lot of the time being completely wrong. So like, say for instance, I played in Berlin the other night and I was expecting them to like want pretty dark Berlin vibes that we all think Berlin wants, right? So I was playing for the first hour, I was playing that. And I was just like, there's just a weird vibe in this room. They just seemed like they were there just to be there. And then I started playing some like more happy stuff and they fucking loved it. So it's like, I think being able to like pivot and change as a DJ is key, because you're probably always going to be wrong until you get there.
Yeah, like I was playing in Bristol on Friday and I thought,
why didn't you tell me?
Oh, I didn't even. Do you know, I didn't
fucking
even think.
live
there. But I was like, okay, cool.
Glad we're
like,
really friends.
Hey, I kind of thought, okay, so that I'm gonna. I think I might get to play a bit more of my like lean into more of the bassy stuff, because I'm like, I guess I'm kind of like garage, but I'm garage to like where garage meets dubstep, and then garage to where like garage meets house and like 4/4 banger stuff, I guess. But yeah, like I was playing like some like broken bassy stuff, and I think they liked it, but also it was like quite a young crowd. Like I spoke to a girl that had got there at the start, like, and it's her 18th birthday.
Oh, I love that.
It was on it actually. This little crew have like stuck in my mind all weekend. Like they were so nice. I actually could have played to just them. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, when you meet people, it's like, this is what it's for. And like, they were just like loving it. And they were like holding up their phone for requests, but it was like my tunes. Which actually I was like, oh, you know, I'll let you off.
That's so cool.
It was just really cute. They were like so sweet. But yeah, so what I was going to say was, before I got wrapped in that, was just that like, was just that I don't know if they knew what they wanted, really, like not in a disrespectful way, in like in a nice way. So yeah, me thinking, oh, it's going to be a Bristol. It's like same with you with the Berlin crowd. Like me thinking it's going to be a Bristol crowd that wants like quite bassy tunes,
drum and bass.
Yeah.
I think that is the thing, though, isn't it? And that is our job, is as an artist. And I think the easiest way to do that is to play a Backstreet Boys edit, right? Like, do you see what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of where we're at. We're actually, in certain situations, we're losing. The thing is also, there's the social element to it, right? The social media element to it is like, okay, what do we need as artists? Like in 2025, what do we need to grow as artists? It's actually really hard to release a record that is original vocals, like original productions. There's no like samples of or like element of something new in there. And so it's like, okay, well, let's find a sample. Okay, well, actually, now we need video of this going off. Like, what goes off really easily? An edit, right? So we get really good videos of the edit, which then works on our social media. And it's that kind of like vicious circle. But when does it end?
When does playing edits end?
Not playing, because edits, I love playing edits, but like when does original music like when actually like shine through? When does it become like natural to release original music?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of I've thought a lot about like what should I be doing?
Yeah.
I think actually, to go back to what you were saying earlier about what is it a blessing or a curse to be able to do all the bits of the production
Yeah.
and the vocals, like maybe part of a curse is like not knowing what to focus on, because I have thought to myself like, oh, well, should I just make, and I actually have thought this recently, and I've thought I'm gonna do that. But it's like, okay, I'm gonna make some more like straight up for the club tunes, original. They might have like, I might do like a tiny bit of a vocal as if it's like I'm sampling my own vocal.
Totally.
Just to like, because that to me is like that's part of the creative process. Like I don't want to just drop that, I don't think. But yeah, like do that alongside my more like
songs.
Yeah, dance records. I feel like songs is like a bit of a dirty word. I don't know.
I know.
I know it shouldn't be, but I guess it's like when you're trying to be respected as what should I call it? A record maker? I don't know. As trying to be respected as someone who like producing and like making music that is like for a club that also has your vocal on. I think as soon as you say song, maybe it takes you into a different place.
Yeah, I hear that. I don't like it, but I hear it. It's strange. Yeah. I found it with the album, right?
Yeah.
Like the album was, I never made the album to be played in a club. I made the album because I wanted to write records, those types of records. And I wanted to perform it live, which I did. It's just very hard to tell that story and kind of get people on board to kind of understand what you're trying to do in the day and age of where everything's just noise. And I think there comes a point when you just have to do your artist thing and just be like, it is what it is. The album is out there and people can listen to it if they want. And we do remixes for the DJ side of it, right? And which obviously you guys did a remix for it. It's tough because I think it's also is like, to a certain extent, you almost have to, but we're almost pretty much saying that we have to box ourselves into something to kind of get that one track career that we're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, so many people have said to me, focus on one thing. Because like I said earlier as well, like I kind of see myself under quite a big garage umbrella. Like people might know me as garage, like loosely, but then I'm making like quite different tunes to somebody who maybe like isn't in that area, might hear them as different tunes. They might need me to like explain how they relate.
Yeah.
Hopefully they would hear it. But yeah, a lot of people have said to me, like, just focus on one. But I guess I just like so many different types of music that hasn't felt natural to me. And I also have, my aim was always that I could make tunes that I could play in a set, because I wanted to play them live to people who enjoyed them. That's the aim. But when I'm out, like, I like to hear little surprises, and and part of that for me is like little genre shifts. So it felt right. It feels right to me to do what I'm doing, but maybe it's not like the easiest way. Maybe, I don't know. Is there an easy way? I don't know. But
no, I think we've spoke about the easiest way at this moment in time, but is there longevity in that? And I think that's the thing that I question a lot: is there longevity in releasing records, like really like unoriginal, like sampling in a very unoriginal way by just using a hit record that was massive back in the day, and creating a record out of it and then putting it out. I think it gets you to market, but then does that last? I don't know. I've always thought like writing original records will last, right? And I think, like, look at Calvin Harris. I know it's very easy to kind of use him as an example, but can't say from what I remember he's ever released a record with a sample in.
yeah, I'd love to.
Everything's original.
I wonder if he's ever done a podcast. I'd love to hear like his story from.
I'd love to get him on. Calv, if you're listening, come on.
He's got to be, surely. Just got #1, didn't he? But
I'm happy for him.
Yeah. I actually really like Calvin Harris. I feel like I shouldn't call him Calvin. I don't know him. I really like Calvin Harris as an example, because recently as well, I've been like going back and listening to his tunes from the point of view of like, oh yeah, you sang on everything. Like, you sang on your tunes, you sang on your own dance tunes, and made a massive career out of that. And then you like it's quite, there aren't loads of people who are seen as producers who have done that. I guess Fred again is doing it, but I think maybe he surprised people when he started singing. Like at Glastonbury, I remember people being a bit like, "Oh, he sings."
Yeah, he can sing well as well.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Sounds fine.
Yeah, it was good. It was.
Fine. Yeah, I think the thing with Calvin as well is like, it's just fucking talented. It's just one of the best, right? Like, I'm pretty sure he's had more I could be very wrong, and someone fact check me. I think he's had more #1s than Michael Jackson.
Why? We could ask ChatGPT that, but we don't need to know. Yeah, go on. Let's do
it. ChatGPT. Yeah. Okay, let me load it up. But I think what you're saying, has Calvin Harris had more #1s than Michael Jackson? Come on, hurry up. Hurry up. But yes, he has.
Wow.
In the UK, that is. So Calvin's had 11, Michael Jackson's had 7. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, that is.
Right? Like, and I think, and that's the glimmer of hope that I have with original songs, is that, look at that Lola Young record. To be fair, like, all the big records in pop that blow the fuck up, a lot of them are all original.
Yeah.
It's just in our dance world, we have had big originals, but like, and it's a tough one, right? It is a really tough one. And I think where you're at, like, having the ability to write songs, produce, and then perform them, is like, you've got so much more than anybody else.
Well, that's a nice way of putting it. Doesn't always feel like that.
Why doesn't it always feel like that?
I guess like doing this full time is what I've always wanted. Like, but I haven't been able to do that yet. Maybe it's that. It's just like, I guess it's just like acknowledging that doesn't happen overnight, and it isn't always easy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think.
But your first record on Spotify, your first record, Rains, was out in 2019.
Yeah.
Right. So you've been doing it 6 years.
Yeah, I basically
releasing records.
Yeah, like Rains was me putting out, like testing the water. Like this was the year before lockdown, I remember,
Yeah.
and I actually had a radio plugging job at the time.
Epic.
Or like I had it for like 6 months, and they like kept extending my probation. It's quite ironic because they've actually worked a couple of my records recently. But anyway,
who was it?
Should I say your army?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I like Christian.
Yeah, I mean Jay's the one that's been working the records, and he's
cool.
He's sound. But anyway, I'm like, should I go on this tangent or should I not?
Go on it. Fuck it.
So when I got that job, I literally just started putting up. I'd been writing music, but like as a vocalist, like with a keyboard, like in my bedroom. I started using the Roundhouse Studios, but it was all like very low key. Didn't really know what kind of sound I was making. But I'd started putting on my Instagram videos of me making loops of tunes. Like I think I'd done like a Kendrick Lamar. Like I was just like looping the bits of the tune and like singing.
Cool.
And I remember it was actually Christian. I felt bad name dropping, but actually it did cause me quite a lot of stress at the time. So maybe this is like a therapy session.
I'll send my bill later.
He called me and was like, I just want to check that you don't want to be a music, like you don't want to like be an artist.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. Like, no, I really want the job. Obviously I did want to be, I've always wanted to do like, and so I took down those videos. And then I actually left that job because they kept extending my probation. I was like, this doesn't feel right. And then the next time I posted a video of me doing like the equivalent, like studio stuff, was in, I think it was like December or January, like the last year, like the December to January into 2024.
Yeah.
And when I posted those videos that they had a little buzz, and like I got my Warner deal. So it's like, it's quite weird. I mean, I don't, the thing is, it was different because like when I posted them second time round, I was posting clips of me playing my original tunes and singing my original tunes. So, but it's just quite funny how that's worked out.
Yeah. But I think that is the thing, right? Is like, so realistically, you started releasing 2019, you stopped for 2 years from what I'm seeing.
I'm going to blame lockdown for that. Like,
yeah, that's fine. We can blame lockdown. but realistically, okay, so let's like, you got pre and post lockdown, right? Which I'm like pre-post, pre-lockdown, like we can ignore that. So realistically, you've only been releasing for 3 years in the grand scheme of a career, right? I know you've been doing it forever, but like 3 years you've been releasing pretty much regularly. 2023 was a bit quieter on the releases. 2024 was pretty consistent. So like, and 2025 is going to be consistent. So I think like, you've not been doing it for that long, and you've achieved a lot of things. Where's that, like, do you ever think that? Do you ever like sit back and go, you know what, like, okay, yeah, I haven't been doing this long, but I'm out there touring. I've got a major deal pretty quickly. which it has pros and cons, right? Like ups and downs of a major deal. We all know that. Like you've got a rinse show. You're doing big things. You're getting a lot of support in a very short amount of time, in the grand scheme of things. And that's not me saying, oh, you should be grateful. Like, that's me saying you've done fucking cool shit. And is there, like, do you ever sit back and go, no, I'm on the right path. I'm just not there yet.
Yeah. No, I do. I try to. I feel like I was having this conversation yesterday about like trying to celebrate the small wins and like maybe like properly sitting. Sometimes I like go, yeah, sometimes I go, yeah, things are good. Maybe it's coming back to the fact of still having a job. Like it doesn't feel it's like I think there's something that like people generally think that it's like if you're not doing it as your full-time job, it's like not something, you're not that, like you're not an artist unless it's like full-time. I don't know, do you know what I mean? Like I remember someone saying to me like what you're doing, like, oh, like music is a hobby. That's what people used to say, and I used to be so annoyed when they'd say that.
Yeah,
because it's like, can't, like, it's more than a hobby. Like you can see how hard I'm working. Like this is not. But then I don't know. As I'm saying that, a hobby it's nice for it to be a hobby. But hobby just like makes it feel small.
Yeah, I get that, and I think that's the thing. Is like, I just don't think we ever become happy, like in what we do and how we want to do what we do. I just don't think there's never an end point. Right? Because I can guarantee you, like, this is every day with me, right? Every single day. And this is what I was trying to get at, because it's like I could earn £1 million tomorrow. Let's just say I earn £1 million doing the podcast, right? Blows up and it starts earning millions of dollars every year. Well, that's still not good enough, right? It's like, that next thing, you move on to the next thing, you move on to the next thing. It's like that you can enjoy the wins, but how long can you actually enjoy them for until you want to do something else? Like, I don't want to celebrate for a year, because if I carry on celebrating, I'm not pushing and I'm not achieving new things. And I think I could, it was even worse when I was like earlier on in my career.
What I mean, obviously we've heard that Calvin Harris has 11 number one singles, but like if your goal is not 11 number one singles, like what is the goal? Like what do you want? Like, or maybe not even like, you know, for the next 10 years, but like what are some of the things you're like, this is what I'm aiming for?
It changes every year, but there's always been like an overall arching goal, which is like headline Glastonbury, which realistically, writing the music I write, is probably never going to happen. Like, and I think it's not that I'm diminishing that goal. It's the fact is that it's what does it take to get to that? And what's the journey of goals to achieve, to get to that, if you know what I mean? Even if it, like I'd love to like somehow, I don't know how, like do what the Chems have done at Glastonbury, where like they don't play the pyramid stage, but they like headline the other stage. So it's like
Justice did last year.
Exactly.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, okay, what does it take to get to that? And obviously we all know it's hit records, right? Like we're not stupid. We all need hit records, multiple hit records nowadays. But I think it's not necessarily the end goal. Isn't an end goal, because I'm saying like if that was a goal for let's say for instance Justice, like, well, they just get up and quit afterwards. Because it's like, well, you've done that now. And that's what I'm saying is like, okay, you being full-time in music, like, well, then what? Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it's a brutal cycle.
I've always felt like I would be happier just having more stuff under my belt. Like it's not like I need to um be achieving the big goals, but like just having more of the small stuff going on, like that would be the thing that makes me feel better.
What do you class that though as?
Well, I guess I was thinking that I suppose like signing to Warner could have been one of those things. But like as we mentioned, like don't know that majors really are necessarily the answer all the time. Maybe but yeah, I guess like maybe it's the small wins, like I said earlier. Like I'm not headlining Glastonbury, but I'm playing Glastonbury.
Exactly. You're playing Glastonbury. I've never played Glastonbury.
Really? Oh, you're like that way.
I'm local. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just I've never played Glastonbury. I grew up going to Glastonbury, never played it.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, and I think that's what I'm saying is like all of our careers just take different routes, and we all do things, and it's hard. I was googling whilst we were having this conversation. There's a really famous. Well, I wouldn't say it's really famous, but it's a Rick Rubin quote, and it's the art. The art itself is the reward, and the cost of being an artist is to release it to the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the thing is when we would all write music because we love writing music, or we would all DJ because we love being a DJ, or you love being a singer and writing songs, so you just do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The issue is when we turn it into a business.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Like I think so, I think that comes out for me when it's like when you rank the stuff that you need to do today. And it was a couple of days ago, I was like, okay, it's what I need to do. But I actually ended up just going back to this relatively new tune that I've been working on and just working on that.
Yeah.
And it's like I did that because I wanted to do that. Like,
Yeah.
I've been working on it for like a good few weeks now. But I really like it. And actually no one's really heard it yet. So maybe I think sometimes like I really like stuff more as well when it's in that like when it's like the not finished.
Yeah.
Because I guess it feels less businessy. There's no like worry about who likes it and if it's whatever it is.
Do you like releasing records?
Yeah, I really like the idea that people are going to hear what I've been making and hopefully they'll really enjoy it and they'll have nice times to it. But it's not that easy. It's not just that's going through your head. And yeah, I think like having worked with a major for the first time, like just working out those relationships and like the management I had as well, like it didn't always feel good.
Yeah.
Like the relationships didn't always feel good. Which is really hard because like I'm so invested. Like I'm so like emotionally and everything's invested. So when little things like that don't feel good or right, then that really affects me and it's like quite upsetting, but it's like quite a big part of I'm like maybe it'd be nice if you could just switch off and that didn't affect you and you could just carry on doing everything, but I'm not really like that. It does affect me.
I think it's again, it goes back to that Rubin quote, right? It's like you're doing the art and we get so passionate about what we do, and yeah, we don't necessarily think that every record is a hit and every record's a masterpiece, but there's a level of emotional connection with that record that we liked, because otherwise we wouldn't have sent it to somebody if we didn't like it. And then it's just very easy for teams, if they don't know how to communicate, to go, yeah, I don't like that one, or yeah, that's shit, it's not going to do anything, or yeah, write a better top line, or yeah, produce it better. Like, I think that's the issue, is when the business gets involved, which I love. I genuinely love the business side of this industry to a certain extent. But realistically, it's just opinions. It's opinions getting in the way of that. And I think, I don't necessarily think A&Rs are there's only a handful of A&Rs that are actually good. And there's only a handful of managers that are actually good in the grand scheme of this industry. But I think it is about how, realistically, it's how do you communicate, how do you build the relationship, and how do you communicate with the artist? Because realistically, if it wasn't for the artist, nobody else would have a job in this industry.
Yeah, it's true. Even just like the relationship between an artist and a manager, them being called a manager, is an interesting one, because it's like they're managing, but also the artist is kind of the manager in a way.
The artist is the CEO.
Yeah, well, yeah.
The artist is the owner of the company, the director. The manager is, and this is, I don't know about you, but I get this question a lot. And it's like, when should you get a manager? And my thing is, when you don't have enough time to do the things that are coming in. That's, for me, is when a manager is needed. When you're so busy doing what you're doing that the manager can come in and manage that. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a really interesting one, because I feel like how you've described it, that's kind of like day to day in a way. It's like, but they're not your assistant, are they? They're like,
it's a team.
Yeah. I don't know. I think definitely that, like what you said about not having the time, but maybe like not like on top of that, like a bit of vision, or like helping you achieve your visions. So I guess like some strategy is probably like when you feel like you kind of, I think definitely when you haven't got enough time to do stuff.
Yeah.
But I think what I would really like is, at the moment, is because I'm currently riding solo.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, because I'm having these conversations with a lot of people now. So it's like, oh, what is it that you want? And I think it's somebody to help me realize what I need to do to reach certain goals. So yeah, that in a nutshell.
No, it's really interesting, because like, again, but I guess I could push back on that and go, well, what's stopping you work out that yourself, or with like, okay, like other artist friends, or your boyfriend, or your parents, or whatever, right? Like, I don't, because a manager can't tell you what you want.
Yeah,
Like,
I know. Yeah,
let's say, for instance, like with Ryan, right? My manager, which you know, when we first started working together, like, I gave him a goal list of what I want to achieve, and was like, dude, go write a plan. What would you do with me? Right? Like, you see my career, you see my financials, you see where we're at. Like, this is where I want to be. How are we going to get there? Right? How would you get us there. And then when we decided to like work together, it was like a big brand in exercise of like, I wanted to rebrand. I was in a period in my career where I was being pigeonholed into one sound and I didn't want to be in that sound. So it was like, okay, well, we need to do a big branding exercise of, first of all, we needed to rebrand, but we also need to work out what that rebrand is. And that was a process that we worked out together. But the initial, I want to be out of this scene and into this scene, that came from me.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, I was just leaning back. I was just leaning back, listening
in your
to
own
you.
little world.
I was having a nice time just listening to what you were saying. I forgot that I had to come back and talk. Yeah, no, I that sounds right to me. Maybe I didn't like say it in the way I meant earlier. Like I do feel like it needs to come from you what it is that you want.
Yeah.
But in the way that you said to Ryan, like, how would you how would you get us there? How would you get me there? I guess it's that bit of like strategy or thinking
Totally.
that you want from a manager.
Yeah, I think it's also a lot of people think a manager is going to make your career, but it's not. Like, you've done most of these things without having a manager, right? And I know you had management before, but like, I think that's also really, as artists, it's really hard because we want it so much, and it's like, oh, who can I bring in onto the team to make this work for me? And like, even I've thought it, right? Like, even when I've got, in my opinion, one of the best managers in the world, like, I have no issue with saying this. I've thought on a couple of occasions, fuck, I need a manager that's like really gonna like just make my career bigger. But the fact is that no manager can do that. There's always a level of where a manager can only feed fuel to the fire, but you have to build the fire.
Yeah. I'm just imagining this fire analogy. What is it that they're throwing in?
Petrol, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that's right. And I guess it's the same with like your agent too.
Yeah.
Because I felt like before I had an agent, I was desperate for an agent. Like,
yeah.
But I think it's also because all these things like reassure you that you're doing the right thing. It's like, oh, okay, great. Got a manager.
Yeah.
Got an agent. Like, you're doing all the right things, which kind of, I like the little signals, like little pats on the back, like keep going, like you're going in the right direction. Maybe that's a bit of it too. It's like
just next little things of like next things on the journey. But again,
yeah, and like little rewards, like little reassurances, like keep going, like when you achieve those.
But again, like to push back on that also, like you put that in everyday life, like by adding things to your career doesn't necessarily mean it's going forward. Like if you're adding the wrong people,
it's true.
Right?
Yeah, completely.
Like, because you can add the wrong people into that. Like, and does that help your career? Probably not. Like, most European agents are absolutely awful. And like, I'm not saying that in a, like, that is genuinely what everyone in the industry says. It's like the way it works is they don't want to work. They don't want to build you as an artist. They want you to have done all the work and have so much hype that it's just an easy job for them. Whereas I look at American agents, it's completely the opposite. They want to take you on early on, and they want to build you into an artist that has a sustainable career. That is just, that's how it is. It's fucking weird, right? Don't get me wrong, there's outliers. I'm not saying that everybody is like that, but it's a general industry thing. So it's like, I've had multiple European agents, but has it worked? No. I can barely play in Bristol, if you know what I mean. But it's like, does that bother me? It used to massively bother me. It used to be like literally at the top of my goal sheet every year.
I was going to say that. Okay, is it a goal of yours though? Like, do you
used
actually?
to be.
Yeah.
It used to be. Like, it's a goal of mine to tour more, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not necessarily just to earn more, because my earnings in Europe is not, I don't care about earning money in Europe. It's purely, I want to play in front of people. I want to introduce more people to my music. I want to travel the world and play music, right? But it's it's never worked for me. And I was talking to Ryan yesterday. I was like, it just doesn't bother me that I can't get booked in my local town, if you know what I mean. It really doesn't bother me. It did for a very long time. And it would really, like, I had and still have, I'm very fortunate, and touch wood, it remains, but like, I have a good touring career in America, and it used to like grind my gears that I used to throw parties in Bristol, if you know what I mean. And I still can't get a gig there. But it's like, the market doesn't want me. So I've got to accept that, because if it,
I don't know, does it not? Like,
no, or it's just not aware of me, right?
Yeah, so that, I think it could.
But like, with it not being aware of me means that it doesn't want me, which is, I'm absolutely, that's not me being dramatic. I just don't, it doesn't bother me, is what it is, right? And I think that's, but also getting to that mindset took me years, like probably 8 years to get into that mindset.
Yeah. See, I'm trying to therapize. Therapize? Is that a word?
I don't know.
I'm trying to therapize you into thinking, no, you can. You can. Like, they do want you. I'm sure they do. Like, if I feel like I would bet money that you will play Bristol soon.
Don't get me wrong, I've played Bristol enough that I don't need to worry about playing. I'm just using it as an example.
Yeah, I know.
It is what it is. There's like certain markets in America that I played for years, and then I'm not the new kid on the block. So then I just don't play that club anymore for a long time.
Yeah.
Until have a bigger record, DJ start playing it again, and then that club wants me back. It is just that, like, get into the realization that you are a product in a artist world is a very strange concept. But once I worked that out, it was like, okay, well, I now know what I need to do and how to like control my mental around it.
Yeah, no, that's actually really smart. And I guess it's back to the, like, it is a business at the end of the day, and you do need to shake hands with certain people, and yeah, and like, just kind of go along with it as a business. I think the shaking hands is a thing. It's like, sometimes you just need to shake hands with people, and like,
Yeah, relationships as well, super key. Mate, we've just done over an hour of us rambling on about working out what the fuck to do in this thing we call the music industry.
And you know, I haven't even had a coffee yet.
I have. Well, I haven't. I don't drink coffee.
What's
I drink this new tonic productivity thing. I wish they sponsored me.
I mean, if they don't after this, you should put this clip on your stories.
Yeah, I agree. Cool. Let's wrap this up. Also, thank you for remixing Breakthrough. We probably haven't spoke about that, but yeah, I fucking love it. It's dope. Thank you so much.
Oh no, thanks so much for getting me on. Thanks for having me on here. Like, I really appreciate it. And I know you joked earlier about us. Maybe this won't make it into the final pod, so I shouldn't say it.
I don't edit it, so it's going to make it.
Okay. You joked earlier about us, like, not being friends. I can't remember what we said. Like,
are you still thinking about that?
No, this is it. I told you I'm an overthinker.
I forgot I even said
that. Maybe I should just leave it there. I won't even say what I was going to say. No, I was just going to say, but it is actually really nice to have met you. And you came on my rinse show.
Yeah.
Like, that's the first time we met, wasn't it? But
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate it, mate. Keep it up.
Appreciate you. Thanks for listening.
Time. That is a wrap. Thanks to everybody for listening. Thanks for coming on. Join the WhatsApp group in the chat below. Give us some comments, subscribe, do all the stuff. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. Big love. Till next time.